day I wake up and I don't see Cliff.
Clifton Hibbert Jr. was fatally shot from behind a year ago. His mother, Donna Brown, friends and family took to the streets as a lead in the case is yet to be found. Brown spoke to local shopkeepers, a congregation exiting from a church service, and local residents to see if they knew anything about her son's murder.
My heart is broken and I need you guys to take a stand. Anything you know, go to the website.
It's justiceforcliff.com, okay?
Hibbert's close friend Colin Williams joined in the door-knocking effort.
We just want to bring awareness to the neighborhood and to people all over that it's not a problem to speak up when there's injustice.
We want to go down 42nd and Vernon, and we also just want to continue going east down the 40s.
Friends and family hope the $85,000 reward will encourage anyone with information to come forward about the murders that happen right here on this street. Uwe Eidigan was one of the last people to see Clifton alive.
He went to the St. Party, and then he left to come back out here to the city, and then I didn't hear or see him after that.
With so many windows overlooking the place where Hibbert was shot, Brown believes that someone, somewhere, knows something about her son's murder. In downtown Los Angeles, I'm Laura Stace for Valley View News.
I miss my son. I miss my son, and it hurts so bad.
If taxes increase, so will the outrage. That is the general consensus at this anti-tax tea party at the Van Nuys Civic Center. They brought signs, flags, and loved ones to rally against the federal and state government. Demonstrations like this one took place all over the country, showing that President Obama isn't popular with everyone. Passionate guest speakers prayed for the return of their values.
And please let us have capitalism and freedom back and free enterprise.
People took turns denouncing mostly President Obama and government spending, and sent it home by dropping tea bags into a trash bin, similar to the historic Boston Tea Party. Political science professor Tom Hogan-Esch says, however, that Tea Party goers across the country may be misinformed.
But, on the other hand, most people's taxes are going down right now. So 95% of Americans' taxes are actually going to be going down. So, plus there's a pretty serious economic crisis. I think a lot of people understand that in an economic crisis of this magnitude, there's going to be deficit spending, which may require tax increases in the future.
Proposition 1A is part of a special election next month and would increase state tax revenue by $16 billion. David Wolf and the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association is leading the fight against Prop 1A, saying that it's the wrong time for new taxes.
Given that within this budget that was just passed, there were only legitimately $5 billion worth of actual cuts, we just believe it's unfair in the middle of the worst recession since the Great Depression to continue to increase taxes on individuals without any real semblance of structural reform in government.
Recent polling data has shown that just about 39% of Californians are in favor of Prop 1A and about 15% are undecided. That 15% could decide whether the state follows through on the largest tax hike in California history. In Sacramento, I'm Matt Johnson for Valley View News.
We are the union! We are the union! Mighty, mighty union! The mighty, mighty union!
That was the sound that echoed outside the school district offices for hours. Teachers and staff from all over Los Angeles rallied outside the school district offices, while members of the board held their fate.
The district is meeting on a measure that will cut $596 million from school budgets. If this proposal is passed, not only will teachers be at risk for layoffs, but custodians, administration, and counselors will all be at risk.
Teachers are the lifeblood of this profession. Every other profession is built upon good quality education. And by privatizing, by cutting back, this is not the answer.
Even members of the Youth Opportunities Unlimited program were out supporting the teachers, saying they feel it's wrong for teachers to be cut.
We need more money to better our education. We can't cut the education. We are the future, so if you cut in the future, there's no promise for tomorrow.
After hours of deliberations, the school board voted 4-3 for laying off teachers and moving forward with the budget cuts. A teacher at West Adams High School, David Diaz, just heard the board's vote.
We just got fired right now with this vote, and that's 42 teachers in a low-income neighborhood in South Central Los Angeles. We have a faculty of 100, I would say. So that's a little bit less than half, but it's going to affect our kids, our community.
A teacher consultant, Rosemary Gonzalez, was emotional to hear the news.
I think it's a very sad day because a lot of people are going to lose their jobs.
What do you think the next step is from here?
I think we need to go out. We need to flex our muscles.
The teachers remained picketing outside after the vote, continuing to strike, saying they're not going to give up. From downtown Los Angeles, I'm Tamer Tartier for Valley View News.
Security is always deep and the crowds are always going wild whenever President Obama comes to town. And nearly 200 fans and concerned citizens camped out overnight, hoping to catch a glimpse of the first president to ever appear on a late-night talk show.
It's not very often he's in your neighborhood, so I wanted to come out here and see him.
All around Jay Leno's studio at NBC, people had a message they wanted the president to hear. And some people spent hours trying to score a ticket to the show.
I gotta get in there.
But not everyone in the crowd was a fan of the president.
Obama is most likely not an American citizen and not eligible to be president.
And many people wanted to do more than just watch a good talk show. They wanted to hear Obama talk about all of America's problems that still need to be fixed.
You know, people are out of work. There's in this state, there's 7 million people out of work.
What's the point of bonuses? Doesn't make sense.
The president's appearance on late-night television definitely created an air of excitement outside Jay Leno's studio. And it was obvious that many people still believe in Obama's campaign, that change is on the way.
So President Obama is taking chances to talk to the nation without the press or Congress getting in his way. In Burbank, I'm Talia Hassan for Valley View News.
Watering your lawn in the middle of the day could mean trouble. Water agencies throughout California are preparing to impose mandatory rationing laws. The drought in California has prompted Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger to declare a state emergency.
It's a response to the statewide water shortage that we're all experiencing. So we've implemented a number of measures that will help curtail some of the water use in the community.
Reinhardt says upwards of 70% of water used in the Las Virgenes water area is used outdoors.
What we need first and foremost is conservation. The more you conserve, the less water is demanded and the more is available for other things that are essential.
Many residents feel these measures will help California's situation, but some disagree.
If I want to wash my own car at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I should be able to. Instead, now I have to go out and waste money that I don't have on a car wash.
Meter readers and maintenance crews will be observant of any violations in the conservation measures. These laws have been in effect on a voluntary basis for several months, but now the level of enforcement has to rise. Irrigation is prohibited between 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. or any time during periods of rain in excess of 1 inch. Irrigation may not run off the property into streets, and washing sidewalks or driveways is not permitted. And there's more bad news for some people.
I have to go buy this new piece for my hose.
Car washing is permitted only with the use of a nozzle. Restaurants will serve water only upon requests.
Water conservation measures are being put into effect throughout California. In Las Virgenes, they have been in effect since March 4th.
Offenders will have to pay monetary fees or face other consequences. First-time offenders will receive a warning letter. Second-time offenders will have to pay a $50 fine. Third-time violators, a $100 fine. Fourth time, a $250 fine. The fifth violation will result in restriction or termination of water service. Citation fees will go back to the water district and will be used towards conservation programs. The public can report violations by calling their local water district. In the Las Virgenes Water District, I'm Ronnie Joseph for Valley View News.